This is That Just Happened. Actually, to be honest, not a whole lot this week. It just mainly the last voyage of the Demeter, and we're going to have a little bit of a conversation, but it's going to be a quick one, so join me. So, real quick explanation of what That Just Happened is. This is a review show in a way. I can't do proper reviews just because it's a very time-consuming thing for a one-man show to do. I am the only one who does anything for this channel, editing, recording, research, all of it. So yeah, it's very difficult to go out to the theaters every week. It's very difficult to purchase all of the comic books and buy all the music that needs to be reviewed and so on and so forth. So my response to that is we're just going to talk about it whenever we get around to it, because most people in the community, while there are certain things, certain tentpole events that we all try and become part of as soon as possible, so like on launch, on release, whatever, not everything is up to that standard. So we'll just talk about it as it happens, as we come across it. This week, I was super excited to see the last voyage of the Demeter, which is what we're talking about. I was also super excited to see Ninja Turtles, and I couldn't get to that one as well as Demeter. So, yeah, we did the horror instead of the cartoons, and that's where we're sitting. So, last voyage of the Demeter came out this week. It's getting a lot of very negative reviews, which I don't necessarily think is warranted to the degree. I think a lot of reviewers are kind of ripping it apart, but it's also not great. Like it's definitely not as good as the Bram Stoker's movie, in which it is technically supposed to be a part. Definitely makes very interesting character choices, specifically the social check boxes that they have to come across in order for it to get made in modern day cinema, just kind of stick out a little bit like sore thumb. Though, to their credit, they did actually acknowledge the strange casting choice considering the time frame in which this story takes place. So that's kind of to their credit for sure. And once you get past the initial reaction of, I mean, it's 1897. Is that really the person that would be on this ship in that capacity? Really? And that's a real quick thing to get over, because you're pretty immersed into the story pretty quickly. They do fairly well with the character building as far as the occupants of the ship, aside from the titular Dracula. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the creature work was a little weird, just not how I pictured the Dark Lord, if you will. It just seemed to fall short in a lot of ways, but was still definitely an entertaining movie. Is this one to catch out in the theater? Yeah, no, probably not. Is this one that is worth it to stream? Sure, absolutely. Even if you can catch it on a rental situation, like on Amazon Prime or YouTube Video or something like that, where you pay like $2 or $3 to have 48 hours to watch it, I would justify that. Catching it in theaters seems like a little bit of a high ask for a not super awesome movie. So that's kind of where that sits. I really hope to this week finally watch Ninja Turtles. And honestly, the other thing is going to occupy most of my free time outside of working, either for the YouTube channel or the day job, is going to be Mortal Kombat. So we're definitely going to be talking about Mortal Kombat, and we will very possibly be talking about Walking Dead again next week, because I will have then 2 episodes to catch up on, because I didn't watch the episode this week. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at going forward. What is about to happen for you? What just happened for you? Let's have that conversation down in the comment section, and let me know all of the things that are going on as far as your nerd life is concerned, and you'll become part of the channel, part of the conversation, if you will. Thank you very much, nerds, for sticking with me. Again, it's a real quick and sweet one, right? So we did the thing, and now we're gonna head out. Before we go, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here, and that just happened.